Aljamain fight, you were on a 2-fight losing streak. Did you feel the pressure?
I felt some pressure. It wasn't really pressure that I had shit performances. It was more so pressure that I wanted to win for, one, my team. Two, I started coming out to the Jamaican flag with the Jamaican colors, you know, tribute to my motherland. I mean, I'm born in the U.S., proud American. My parents and their parents are born in Jamaica. And I just wanted to get a win for my countrymen, you know, let them know, like, the MMA is developing in Jamaica, and there isn't many gyms, and there's not a lot of opportunities for folks down there. So I want to be that staple for them to look up to, like, yo, there's opportunity if you make the right transitions and you do the right things to get to where you want to be. So I felt like there was a lot riding on this fight in terms of being that what would you call it, that figure for these guys to look up to, and my family, my friends, my team, and it felt great to go out there and finally get my hand raised again. I felt I haven't had my hand raised since 2015, December 9th against Johnny Eduardo, man. Goddamn, that was a long time ago.
Talk a little bit about during the fight. I mean, it seemed like you were pretty much having your way. How soon into the fight did you feel comfortable you keep it standing? Because I think at one point we thought you'd throw a lot more leg kicks, but it seemed like you were comfortable and you wanted to keep it standing and throwing arms.
You know, it was, you know, I realized judges don't understand what the hell kicks are doing. So I threw a lot less kicks than what I'm really accustomed to, and I had to change my fight style to adapt to what the judges understand, because their lack of experience and lack of knowledge of the sport and what leg kicks and what body kicks do, you know. And people could say that's disrespectful. I don't give a shit, man. If you don't know what the hell the martial arts are, why are you a judge? You know, so now I got to adapt my style because you're not smart enough to comprehend what's actually taking place in the octagon. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of fights where it's just a ton of confusion, and I don't even know how to score the fight. And it's just like, you just do a coin flip. Whoever wins or call it a draw. There's not enough draws. People don't understand kicks. They don't understand grappling exchanges. I had 29-28. I thought I won all three rounds. He had me in a body lock against the cage in the second round and did no damage there. I'm slapping him in the face. I'm prying his face up. I'm stomping his feet. I'm like, I took him down and I started going off with the hammer fist and everything. I'm like, man, I think I stole that round back for him just stalling out the action. But it is what it is. I forgot what the question really even was before I just went off on that rant. But yeah, I threw a lot more punches. And I think if I had just done that a little bit more against the Sunset, it would have been easier for the judges to understand who was actually winning the fight. I don't think anything was different from this fight and the fight against the Sunset. I think I used my footwork, my feints. I was against the cage a lot, but every time he threw a haymaker, whoop, can't touch this. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the same thing against the Sunset. I just didn't follow up with strikes. I threw kicks instead of punches. Now they like, oh shit, well, he's throwing punches, so I understand that. And you know, he's actually landing something, so maybe he is winning the fight. To me, fighting is, I'm the matter, you know, I'm ole, you know, this is toro, you swing and you miss, you know, and he landed some good shots. I think I landed some good shots. I thought the crowd was into it, and that's what I do, man. I try to entertain and try to keep the fights fun and entertaining.
Was this fight more fun for you? Because you did stand in the pocket much more than normal.
I think I stood in the pocket against the Sunset the entire fight, and it was to a point where I let him swing and he wasn't even trying to swing. So yeah, I guess I did stay in the pocket once again, but I think I just threw more punches instead of kicks. You know, Sunset was throwing stuff and I was countering and throwing kicks. This time he was throwing stuff against Mendez was throwing stuff and I was countering and throwing punches. I was slipping and throwing punches. I could have did that and thrown up head kicks as I'm weaving and he's missing that big haymaker. He's back his turn. He can't see me and I could come up with that head kick, you know? And that's what I'm saying. There's so many different ways that the art of this sport can go and people don't really understand the intricacies that go into this, man. I put my heart and soul into this every single training, every single practice, and that's why it pains me so much. People may say like, oh, he's a whiner, he's a complainer. I'm like, no, man, I just want you guys to give me 100% like I'm trying to give you guys 100%. I'm in here busting my ass for you to just come off the couch and just go start judging a fight with no real experience. I think that's just kind of a slap in the face of what we do for a living. I think that's fair. It's like what you guys doing for your job or your job outside of that, and people are like, just coming in and just think they could just take your job and with no prior experience, you're gonna feel like someone just shitting your freaking bowl of Frosted Flakes or something, you know what I mean? But whatever, man. You know, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
got to be a little difficult because it seems like now you're catering your style to what you think the judges want to see instead of performing what is maybe your strongest suit.
Yeah.
Is that a little difficult with that on your head?
It is. It's extremely difficult. You know, I think there's a happy medium. I think you can still give the judges and the fans what they want to see and what they do understand. I understand there's a lot of casual fans, so I do understand it. You know, but I think when it comes to the judging aspect, I think that's completely different. I don't want to talk about casual fans at that point because they don't know what the hell is going on. But when it comes to the judging, I feel like they should know. But I think that put a little more pressure for me to adapt. If anything, I think maybe those bad judges, I can't say bad judging, the Cowrie fight, I gassed out. That was my fault. 3 workouts in one day, the day of the fight, way too much, way too silly, something I've never done before. I eat that. You know, he was a better man that night. The Sunset fight, I just didn't do enough. But I think I learned from the judges what they understood, and it made me realize you got to do a little bit more, and it caused me to open up. So if anything, I think it helped me. It did kind of do a service for me, if that makes sense. You know, it was kind of annoying, but at the same time, it did me a service. It made me open up and have a much better performance overall, from punching to kicking to grappling, from just pushing the pace and just having the heart, man.
Well, I know you talked a lot about it, Sun Sal, but is that one that you want back soon, or is there somebody else that you'd rather see next?
I'm down to fight whoever. You know, I don't like when guys really say that. But, I mean, coming off 2 split decision losses, it's hard to really just start gunning for guys at the top. So I'm a realist, you know. I'm not delusional by any means, but I told Sean, I texted him before fight week started, and I said, hey, OKC, 2 months after this fight, get me on that card. He said, let's see what happens. I told him, slap, sounds like a plan, slap. And, you know, he laughed about it, but I was dead serious, man. I want to stay active, and if they got another guy for me to fight, then I guess, you know, I'll step up to the plate. I'm not getting any younger. I think the more I step in there, the more rounds I get. It's just only going to benefit me, and I think I showed a lot more glimpses and more wrinkles in my game. And that, you know, I'm a long-rangey fighter, and if I get a hold of you, man, it's really hard to get back up, and I got those takedowns from just about anywhere.